Alright YouTube, update on the Ford Escort. This is going to be a series of short unedited videos, or relatively, because I don't feel like waiting 2 weeks to get this video series out. As you can see, I've done a bit of cutting. We've had just an absolute ton of scrap waste metal, and I think we decided those are called kibbles and bits. I've been falling out of that. But I'm working on it. Had to my angle grinder broke the handle, so I had to make my own. I'm quite happy with it, actually. I just got a bolt that threaded up in there, and I had this piece of pipe that was missing threading on the end, and that's actually an adapter for a bolt of this size to go into some slightly larger hole. I'm not sure what you'd use it for, but I had one lying around, and I just tack welded everything up in there and then pressed the larger adapter into the pipe. And I actually like this handle better because it's more firm and a bit longer for more leverage, so, and it looks cooler. I did get wire wheels. I been cutting everything with my die grinder. I also been using the Sawzall, which is good because I hadn't been using that before. But I have one replacement panel made so far. After I went out and got this 20 gauge, that's not going to cut it. I've decided it's just too structural of an area to use such flimsy metal. So this is probably, I mean, I'll show you the edge there. It's not very thick at all. I bet you that's 18 gauge, 16 gauge, if they make such a thing. This is some thick steel. That took some effort and muscle to bend right there, but that is actually, I'll show you what that's off of, but I'm gonna go right there. I got a little bit more bending to do, but that took a ton of work to get it as close as it is, because it was actually bent the other way in a U, and cut it out there. And I know it doesn't extend that far, but I didn't want it to. And then it also goes back on this wheel well up there. I should have left a little bit more than I did, but it ain't got to be perfect, I guess. So it'll be welded bead here, welded a bead here. Don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. A weld bead here, maybe some tacks up here, because I don't think that thin crap can handle a full bead. Right here, there's been a change in plans because of how much metal I realized I would have to remove. I'm going to cut off anything that's flaking off, grind the crap out of this, and then leave it. You know, paint it with a truck bed liner so it doesn't rust anymore, and leave this deteriorated load of crap. Because it's just, I would end up cutting out so much that I'm worried about structural support. But over top of this, after I seal it up and it won't rust anymore, I'm going to get a panel, something along the size of this, and I'll end up bending the bottom for more integrity. Just a flat piece and welding it from here, which is good metal, to over here, which is good metal, and covering that up. And then to further protect myself from rust, I'm going to expand foam the crap out of this, and it will be filled with expanding foam. So that should be well and good. I'm going to make another panel out of this thick stuff. This is also going to be made out of thick to go up here. Same sort of deal, a half moon. And I'm trying to cut out as little as possible over here, because this is the only thing that's actually holding it up that's stock right now. I'm going to make this is just going to be sheet metal, the thin 20 gauge that goes back up here. My wheel well was quite rusted out as well. And I think because of, although those panels look good from the top, they're not on the bottom. They're not at all flush. And water would just be getting up in there and rusting it all back out again. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see that. See, there's a big gap. Meant to do that. What I'm going to do up here is I'm going to get thin 20 gauge sheet metal that I bought and shape it to fit on the inside up here. And weld it from the outside, and hopefully that will do. As you can see, I got to patch these holes. This stuff will have to be patched from probably the inside and the outside. And then I don't know where this hole leads, but it goes somewhere. I have to address it. Just rubbish I cut out. But regardless, it's a bit more than I want to do, but I I can't do anything else. I have to get it fixed because the metal I cut out wasn't doing anything. So basically I had this much metal holding my shock in, and I didn't want to hit a speed bump and die. So we will keep going with it. Tomorrow will be a full day of cutting and welding and pounding, because this metal is not the easiest to bend. And I'll show you what this is off of. And I got a welder from the Dominican Republic. He didn't fly up here for that or anything, but he's vacationing up here, and he's a great welder, and he's going to do it for me. But there's a bit of a language barrier there. But this is the top of an old barbecue grill. Real thick and nice stuff for holding in that heat, as you can see. And that's what it's out of. And I'll just be making my panels out of that. And shoot, I might just keep that 20 gauge for the inner wheel well and a bit of pulse jets maybe, because I have this 20 gauge too, which is off of a propane grill. But that's about it for me. So I guess I'll be signing off here, and wish me luck, and any suggestions, drop them down below in the comments.